time to take these strategies. It's time to take these schools to the level that I know that we can go. So once again, it's time to get serious about the work that we're doing. That's why I'm passionate about me working with schools all over the world, working with principals, working with teachers, working with districts, looking at data to drive the instructions, looking at classroom management, setting up strategies that we can impact student achievement at all levels, at the high school level, middle school level, elementary level. It is time. And when I say it is time now to get serious about the work that we're doing. If you would like for me to come into your district and really help you to transform that district, that school, hey, reach out and let's take schools to the next level. Hello, my name is Sean Hurt, the school turnaround principal, and I am excited regarding the work that I'm doing. This past year, I was able to work with many districts all over the world, and we are going to the next level. Certain districts have been able to increase the report card grade from an F to a B, from a D to an A, and also we have gotten a couple of schools off the CSI list. Now, my next stage is I want to take schools and make them become national blue ribbon schools. So once again, if you would like to go to that next level, hey, just inbox me, reach out to me, and we can make it work. I'm excited. This work I'm doing is blessing schools all over the world. So if you want to be that next national blue ribbon school, hey, reach out and let's go ahead and do the work. And also with that, I got 2 dynamic books that I have that schools are picking up as we speak, and man, these are blessing your school. One is on school transformation, and the other one is on for parents and teachers and principals to come together as one for student success. If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it? Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. We will never leave Mr. Hurt advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores is go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking.
So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt with your school turnaround specialist with my Saturday morning podcast. Come on in, hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. We have a very, very serious topic on this morning. I cannot wait. So give me about 2 minutes as I get all of my Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, all of my social media people in, and I need you to hit that share button and show me some love. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what's happening. Let me know. So just give me a few more minutes as I get all of my friends in. I am excited. I'm pumped up. I cannot wait to share this information. I cannot wait. It is going to blow your mind. I cannot wait. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Yes. Come on in and let me know where you're coming from. Give Brother Hurt some love. Give me some love. Say, hey, Hurt, here we go. All right. Give me 1 second. This is going to be a good one. All right. Good morning, Miss September from New Jersey in the house. My good friend, my sister in education, Dr. Houston. Good morning, Brother Laws from North Carolina, Dr. Houston from South Carolina. Come on in. Good morning, Miss Truesdale from Georgia. Miss Truesdale from Georgia. Mrs. Chunu, good morning to you, Miss. Good morning to you, Miss Cummings. Good morning to you, Miss Lacker from Massachusetts. I love me some Massachusetts. Good morning. Good morning. Come on and hit that share button. We got about 30 more seconds before we get going. So I want to make sure we got everybody in because this is going to be a good one on this morning. Yes, this is going to be a good one. This is dear to my heart. Yeah, so just come on in. Let's go and get started. All right. All right, I got my glasses on. Anytime I'm wearing glasses, you know, I got to make sure I can get my notes and read. I want to make sure I can see what I'm talking about very clear, very clear. Oh, wow. We're going to talk about that. Good morning to you, Mr. Matthews. Good morning to you. Good morning. That's why I am here. That's why I am here. So just give me 30 more seconds. I need to get I'm gonna wait till we get as many people as we can. I'm gonna wait till we get as many people as we can. Get as many people as we can. All right. Good morning to you, Principal Kafele. Good morning to you, my friend. My friend, good morning to you. All right. Yep. I think I'm all set. So once again, my name is Sean Hurt, School Turnaround Principal, and I am doing my Saturday morning podcast, and we call ourselves Super Saturday, whereas myself at 10, we have Create and Educate at 10:30, and then we have Principal Kafele at 11. And then on Sunday, we have Josh Tarver at 7 o'clock. So I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of their day to sit on my podcast. And the topic that I'm going to talk about today is how can we lower the suicide rate with our children and students? How can we lower the suicide rate with our children and our students? And this is a very important subject on this morning. It is very important. It is very important. And I'm just going to give a disclaimer. I believe that my podcast that I've been doing for the last 3+ years, we talk about everything. We do not shy away from issues. You know, I'll talk about data, student achievement, principalship, teachers. I'm going to talk about everything. But this one thing I have to deal with on today, it is the suicide rate that's taking place within our young people at schools. We have to deal with it, but also at home. So we have to deal with it. We have to talk about it. So I just need everybody. I need everybody to hit that share button. It's not just for educators. It's for everybody. Everybody, because I know that we all have been dealing with it. We all know people. We've seen it. We've been in the mix. We've been in funeral. We have been part of it. And I am here just to talk, give some strategies, help out. Okay. And then I'm going to talk about later why I need to talk about the subject. So this is what we're going to talk about. So this is what I need. I know it's sunny outside. I know, but let's really get serious. Let's get a pen and paper out. I got my notes right here, so we can really help out. Okay. All right. Okay. So before I get started, I always ask this one question: is what keeps you up at night in education? What is keeping you up at night in education? And just put in the chat. For me, these are two things that's keeping me up at night. Are you preparing yourself for the next level in education? Are you preparing yourself? Are you preparing yourself for the next level in education? Well, what do you mean by that, Hurt? Are you prepared? If you are a teacher, if you are a principal, where do you see yourself within the next 3 to 4 to 5 years? What are you seeing yourself? So we're talking about writing a vision, making sure that you're preparing yourself to move up. And you might be happy where you're at. That's fine. But some of us say, Mr. Hurt, I want to go to the next level. So are you preparing yourself? Are you preparing yourself for the next level in education? When I was a teacher, I said I wanted to be an AP. So I prepared myself. When I became an AP, I wanted to become a principal. When I became a principal, I wanted to do consultant work. So I started to prepare myself. getting ready, going on, going to workshops, learning, reading, doing all those things. Next things is that next thing is that is your school that you currently work at or your district, are you becoming more innovative in the things that you're doing? Are you trying to become more innovative? I'm going into schools and I'm like, man, these schools are looking like the 1980s and 1970s and the 60s. Is the schools are boring. Not all the schools, but schools that I'm going into. I'm like, we need to be more innovative. We need to. I know Dr. Houston. She's big on AI. We had a conversation over the week regarding AI and using AI more inside of the classrooms and technology and enhancing that. Are we becoming more innovative as schools and districts? So those are the two things that's keeping me up at night. So just go ahead and share. Let me know what's keeping you up at night. Let me know what is keeping you up at night. Okay. Next thing is that my upcoming schedule. I am excited. I cannot wait. On Monday, I'll be in my hometown, Michigan. So I'll be working with a school on Monday. I cannot wait. I'm coming down on Monday. So I'll be in my hometown. Anytime I could work with a school within my hometown, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't have to fly. I don't have to stay in hotels. I can drive 35 minutes, do what I do, and come back. So I'll be working with a school on Monday. And then on Thursday, I'll be going to Mount Vernon, New York with Principal Finn and that team. I'm excited regarding that. I'm doing a parent workshop. And also I'll be working with teachers. So I'll be there the whole day doing what I do. And then on the 31st, I'll be coming down to Dr. Nancy Edwards School in Georgia, and I will be doing a leadership PD with their leadership team on the 31st. So I'm excited. I'm moving around. My summer schedule is filling up. So I'm excited. And the last thing is that I would like to thank everybody who has purchased my book. Districts are saying, "Her, I need 100, 150." So I'm excited regarding that. It is blessing everybody. It is blessing everybody. So I know a lot of people purchased it last week. We are shipping the second round. Second round will be shipped out next week. So if you purchase it, second round will be shipped out next week. So please make sure you go on the website and purchase it. This is good for parents, grandparents, cousins. If you have a kid, if you're trying to get information to parents, school district are saying, "Her, I'm going to pass this out in the beginning of the school to all of my parents. This is excellent read. It's short. It probably take about 3 hours. I wanted to make it very readable, but it relates to parents, it relates to teachers, it relates to everybody. We're going to bring it all together. So, all right. So, okay. So that's what's taking place. So now, hold on, give me 1 second. People are commenting. I want to make sure that we have everybody that we're sharing. We have everybody. So let me make sure I'm reading the comments. All right. So where we're going to talk about is that we're going to talk about how to lower the suicide rate with our children and students that we're serving, and also not only at the school level, but also at home. So, Hurt, what made you talk about? Why are you bringing this up? Why are you talking about it? The reason why is this has been on my mind for the last couple of years, but within the last 2 weeks, I've talked to 3 educators, and the first thing that they said, "Hurt, could you pray for our school? We have one of our students commit suicide." So there's 3 separate educators. They say we have one of our students commit suicide within the last couple of days or so. 3 different people, 3 of my friends, they work at 3 separate school districts and have brought that up. So I said, man, this is, and like I said, for the last year and a half, I've been seeing it, hearing it on the news. People have been telling me about it. I've went to a couple of funerals where an individual has committed suicide. So I believe that this is a topic that we need to talk about, because if we keep on just not saying anything about it, it's not going away. It is not going away. So we need to talk about it. We need to discuss it. We need to really make sure that things are taking place. Okay. So I'm gonna stop right there. Please put in the chat if this is something that you've seen in your district, in your area, in your neighborhood. Is this something that you've seen? Just put it in the chat, Mr. Hurt. I agree. I understand. I really understand what you're saying. And it's not just yes, it's happening in high school, but also it's happening at the elementary and middle school. It's happening at the elementary, middle school, and high school. Yes, it is. So let me give you, before I kind of get into what we can do as an adult, and that's why I'm glad that I have so many people here. I have so many principals, superintendents, and parents. You're here. You're here. You're here. So let me give you some data that's going to blow your mind. Let me give you some data that's going to blow your mind, okay? Between 2016 and 2022, Children's Hospital has saw a 166% increase, 166% increase in emergency department visits for suicide attempts and self-injury among children from the age of 5 to 18. So within the last 8 years, it has increased. Suicide attempts have increased by 166%. Man, where can I get this data? I will send you. I will put the links up. I'll put the links up. Yes, I'll put the links up, Mrs. Chuno. Yes, yes, yes. I definitely will give you the information. I'll put the links up in the chat once I'm done. First piece of data. Second part is this. Man, approximately 2 million adolescents attempt suicide each year. 2 million attempts. Not saying that 2 million people every year, our young people are attempting suicide every year. Okay. The second leading cause of death from the age of 10 to 24 is suicide. The second leading cause of death among the age of 10 to 24. So now we're talking about elementary kids, middle school kids, and high school kids is the second cause of death. Man. Now this is what's this is why it's important. I'm giving you data so when I kind of talk about strategies and what we can do, we have to understand that this is serious. We can't just sweep it under the rug. It's not happening. When I'm looking at this data, so what I'm hearing is that for the last 3 years, listen, this is why I wish we had 1 million people on here, because it's affecting us. For the last 3 years, 6 million young people have attempted suicide across the world. This is the other part. Last part of data. When researchers looked at the characteristics of children who had died by suicide, they found that most suicide deaths occurred in the family home. So 95.5% of the suicide deaths occur in the family home. Okay. Now, and then they said in the family home, 65% of the 95.5% of the deaths occurred in the child's bedroom. So we have to make sure that we're looking at the bedroom, looking at our kids and things of that nature. So 95% of the suicides occurred at home, and then 65% of the 95 occurred in the child bedroom. Now, on top of that, I'm just giving some data. Stay with me, everybody. On top of that, out of the deaths, 78.4% of suicide for children was by hanging themselves. 78% of the suicide that's taking place is by hanging themselves, and 18.7% is by firearms. So we got 78% by hanging themselves, 18% by firearms, and the other percent is by overdosing on pills. So they're saying that the three, not the causes, but the three ways that young people from 10 to 24, elementary, middle school, and high school kids, how they're committing suicide is by hanging themselves. Number one, firearms that's not being secured in the home, things of that nature. Number two, and overdosing on pills. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop right there. Put in the chat. I'm not gonna go fast. This is why I said I have to talk about it. Okay. This is why I said I have to talk about it. And then when I was reading this, and I'm concerned because not only am I a educator, not only am I seeing it, but I am also a parent. I have a son that's 15. I have a daughter that's 17. And also I have a whole bunch of nieces and nephews. Okay? So this is coming, this is bringing it home to me. This is bringing it home to me. This is bringing it home to me. Yes. Yes. I see Mr. Laws. I'm just looking at some of the comments. I believe that, especially since 2000, my goodness, I saw many of these at the middle school level as administrator. Yes. Yes, I'm seeing it. Like this week when they said, when 3 different people said hurt, could you please pray for our staff? Could you please do that? We've had different people committing suicide. It's blowing my mind. It is blowing my mind. Hit that share button. Come on now. We need more engagement. I need more people. This has to be talked about. This has to be discussed. So now we're saying, if we're knowing the data, what can we do, Mr. Hurt? I get the data. What can I do as a parent, as an educator, as a teacher, as a principal, as a assistant? What can I do to prevent this? What can I do? All right. First, we need to understand the signs. What are the signs that I can look for that if a kid is going to try to commit suicide? Now, everyone does not exhibit these signs, but these are some of the warning signs that can be a cause for concern. What can I see that's going to be a cause for concern that I need to have my antennas up and make sure that I'm doing what I can, okay? And then, yes, as a principal, as a teacher, as a superintendent, as an educator, as a custodian, as the art teacher, yes, I know that we have a lot to do. I know that we're putting a lot on our plate. But also with that, curriculum, state testing, ACT, SAT scores doesn't mean anything if that kid is not here. I'm going to say this again. All of that we do, state testing, pedagogy, differentiated instruction, tier 2, tier 1, Engage New York, hopefully Michigan reading, Common Core standards, state testing, MAP, NWA, that doesn't mean anything if little Johnny is not in that seat. If little Johnny has died, it doesn't mean anything. So we got to be real and get to the root of it. What are the signs? What are the things that I can do, I can prevent? Because imagine this, and then I got to go different with this, but imagine this. As an educator, if I can call the mom and dad or get that kid help, I saved a life. I saved a life. Because the only thing that they're doing is that they're reaching out. They need help. They need love. And I can save a life. All right. Yes, go ahead. So the first thing, okay. So the first signs, I'm going to go over the signs because I got some other stuff on how we can, but the first signs is that we have a physical change in appearance or hygiene. One of the signs, these are just signs, is a physical change in appearance and hygiene. You know how they look, oh, this person didn't look like this last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's a physical change in how they look, they dress, in hygiene. That should be an antenna that goes up. Think about some of your kids, and you know that they usually don't look like this. They usually don't smell like this. They usually keep their hair. Everything is groomed, but now they're changing. So this is what they're saying, and this is all research. I'm gonna give you the information. The other thing for middle school and high school, you see an increase in alcohol and drug use. You see and especially at the high school, you will see an increase in alcohol and drug use. Those are some of the signs that say that person is dealing with something, and we need to get he or she help. Next one, sudden drop in grades. You got kid a 3.8, 3.9 student, and their grades just dropped to 2.1, 1.0. If I'm seeing that my antennas need to go up. What's wrong? Is everything all right? Everything is good. Let me, everything is fine. These are signs. These are signs. These are signs. Signs. Next one, social withdrawal. Social, and that's big. You got 5 or 6 kids talking, and this kid is always by themselves, always in the lunchroom, sitting by themselves. They are withdrawn from everybody. Social withdrawn. Yes. And that is big. And we can see that because, and then everybody, well, Mr. Hurd, so principals do lunchroom duty. Yes, you should. Because if I have 200 kids in the lunchroom, 150, and I see this kid every day eating by themselves, not with their friends, not what high school and middle school and elementary kids do, laugh, crack jokes, do all that type of thing, then antennas go up. I remember when I was a principal, I would do lunch duty, and I would make sure that I'm looking around. Well, why is Mary sitting by herself? Let me go over there and ask the question. Everything all right, Mary? You good? What's going on? I'm going to probe and have a 30 to 1 minute conversation. And if I see that taking place day after day after day, then now, hey, we need to have a conversation. We need to look at that. Let me see if some of the other things are taking place. Is that making sense? Put it in the chat if this is making sense. Put it in the chat if this is making sense. Signs that a person might commit suicide. I'm trying to, I got 4 more minutes. I need more time on this one because I don't want to go slow. Next one is that talking about suicide and preoccupation with death. If I'm seeing people just talking about death and talking about suicide and they're preoccupied with it, that is a sign. Okay? That is a sign. Thank you, Brother Laws. You said 100% making sense. I appreciate that. That is a sign. That is a sign. Thank you, Dr. Jeter. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. Next one is a sign. See, these are the things, once again, once we start to see this and put this in our memory bank, now when we're in school, we can look at certain things. I'm not saying you're going to remember all of them, but if you can remember 2 or 3, then it helps out. Next one is that risky and reckless behavior, such as if you're in high school, reckless driving or unsafe sex. Now, I don't know how we're going to be able to have all that, but these are the signs. Well, I'm a parent. I got 3 kids at home. Well, now you can look at from a parent standpoint, reckless driving and unsafe sex. These are signs that, hey, I'm thinking about it. Next one. Self-harm behavior such as cutting yourself. Self-harm behavior such as cutting yourself. I remember that I had to talk to a couple of students because they was cutting themselves at the high school and middle school level. Students that I know was cutting themselves. Call parents, hey, mom, dad, I'm concerned. Your kid is cutting themselves. They playing around. Brought the social worker in and we had that conversation. Yes. The next one, talking about feeling hopeless and having nothing to live for. Talking about feeling hopeless and having nothing to live for. That is another sign of the person might commit suicide. I'm hopeless. I have nothing to live for. What's the purpose of me waking up the next day? There's no hope. Look at my situation. I'm 15 years old. Look, there's those are signs. We have to act immediately. We can't wait. We can't pause. We can't do any of those things. So I'm gonna stop right there because it's 10:29, and I want to make sure that we all go to Create and Educate. But before I leave, I just really we're going to do a part 2 next week because I think that I have so much information to cover, and I want to really make sure we hit this home. Please, educators out there, I'm not saying that you can know everything, but if you can save 1 or 2 people, if you can show this podcast to your staff, if you're open to that, if you can have something at the beginning of the year to give to parents, you don't have to give them all this, but to give them some information for things that they can look for at home, with their nieces and nephews. Please do that. This is something that we're not talking about. And like I said, it's 2 million young people every year that is thinking about suicide, attempting suicide. And we have close to 6,500 deaths every year of young people killing themselves. That's why I'm passionate about it. Let's get this word out. Let's do it in a very educational way. That's why I got this book. That's why I wrote this book, because I need parents to have strategies. I need schools. We need to give parents strategies. Parents, we need to understand what's taking place. We are there to help. And if someone on my podcast can save one of their students, job well done. So thank you very much. Let's tune in next week. Please hit that emoji. Please give me some feedback. And we're going to do a part 2 next week about suicide and the things that we can do. Thank you very much. And let's have a blessed week. And I appreciate all of the love and support.